There's a quiet habit you might be doing every morning, something that feels harmless, even comforting. But in some cases, it could be silently pushing your blood sugar in the wrong direction. And most people never realize it until the damage has already begun. Before we go any further, if you care about your health and want simple, science-backed guidance like this, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It helps more people hear messages that could genuinely protect their future. Now, let me speak to you not just as a doctor, but as someone who has sat across from countless patients who were shocked by their diagnosis. Many of them would say the same thing. I thought I was doing everything right, and yet their blood sugar kept creeping up. What I'm about to tell you might surprise you. Coffee, yes, that daily ritual you rely on, is not just a drink. It's a powerful substance that interacts with your body in ways most people don't fully understand. For some, it may help support metabolism and even improve alertness. But for others, especially as we age, it can quietly interfere with blood sugar balance, depending on how it's consumed. I've seen this happen too many times. A patient comes in with rising glucose levels, borderline diabetes, or worsening insulin sensitivity. And when we look closely at their daily habits, one thing stands out. Not the coffee itself, but how, when, and what they add to it. Most people don't realize that the body changes with age. What worked in your 30s may not work the same way in your 50s or 60s. Hormones shift, insulin response slows, and suddenly, small habits begin to carry more weight. So the question is not, should you stop drinking coffee? The real question is, are you drinking it in a way that supports your body or silently works against it? Because the difference between those two can shape your energy, your cravings, your blood sugar levels, and even your long-term health. And once you understand this, you'll never look at your morning cup the same way again. Most people believe coffee is either good or bad for blood sugar, but the truth is far more nuanced and far more important. Coffee contains natural compounds, including caffeine and antioxidants, that can influence how your body handles glucose. In some cases, these compounds may help improve insulin sensitivity over time. That sounds like a good thing, and in many situations, it is. But here's where things become complicated. Caffeine can also temporarily raise stress hormones like cortisol, and when cortisol rises, your body may release more glucose into the bloodstream. This is a natural response, your body preparing for action, but if it happens too often or at the wrong time, it can contribute to higher blood sugar levels. What I'm about to tell you might surprise you. It's not just the coffee, it's your body's timing. I've seen patients who drink coffee first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, believing it gives them energy. And yes, it does, but at a cost. When you consume caffeine before eating, especially as you get older, your body may experience a sharper spike in cortisol. That can lead to unstable blood sugar levels throughout the day. And then something subtle begins to happen. You feel a crash, maybe mid-morning, maybe early afternoon. You start craving something sweet, something quick. And without realizing it, your coffee has just set off a chain reaction. Most people don't connect these dots. They don't realize that their energy boost might be followed by fatigue, irritability, or sugar cravings. They don't see how this pattern repeats day after day, slowly affecting their metabolism. I've seen this happen too many times, people blaming their age, their genetics, or just getting older, when in reality it's often small, overlooked habits stacking up. This doesn't mean coffee is the enemy. It means the way you drink it matters more than you think. And once you adjust that, the difference can feel surprisingly powerful. Let me ask you something. How do you usually drink your coffee? Because this is where one of the biggest hidden risks begins. Most people don't drink plain coffee. They add sugar, creamers, flavored syrups, sometimes multiple teaspoons without even thinking about it. And over time, this turns what could be a relatively neutral drink into something that places a steady burden on your blood sugar. What I'm about to tell you might feel familiar. You pour your coffee, add a little sugar, maybe another spoon because it doesn't taste quite right, then some creamer for texture. It feels small, harmless, routine, but those small additions add up quickly. Just a few teaspoons of sugar can significantly raise your blood glucose levels, especially if your body is already becoming more sensitive to insulin changes with age. And when this becomes a daily habit, sometimes even multiple times a day, it can quietly contribute to long-term imbalance. I've seen this happen too many times. Patients who rarely eat sweets otherwise, but their coffee becomes the hidden source of excess sugar. And here's something most people don't realize. Even sugar-free creamers or artificial sweeteners can have unexpected effects. Some may still trigger insulin responses or increase cravings in certain individuals. It's not the same for everyone, but it's something worth paying attention to. Your body is constantly responding, even when you're not aware of it. So instead of thinking, coffee is the problem, I encourage you to ask a better question. What am I adding to it, and how is that affecting me? Because sometimes the issue isn't the habit itself, but what we've slowly turned it into. And the good news is, this is one of the easiest things to adjust once you see it clearly. Small changes here can make a noticeable difference in how stable your energy feels, how your cravings behave, and how your blood sugar responds over time. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. Now let's talk about something that almost no one pays attention to: timing. Because when you drink your coffee can be just as important as what's in it. Most people wake up and reach for coffee immediately. It feels natural, it feels necessary. But your body has its own rhythm, a biological clock that influences hormones, energy levels, and even blood sugar control. What I'm about to tell you might change your morning routine. In the early hours after waking, your body naturally produces higher levels of cortisol. This hormone helps you feel alert and ready to start the day. But when you add caffeine on top of already elevated cortisol, it can amplify that effect, sometimes more than your body actually needs. For some people, especially older adults, this can lead to increased blood sugar fluctuations. I've seen this happen too many times. People feeling jittery, then crashing later without understanding why. Now imagine a different approach. Instead of drinking coffee immediately, you allow your body to wake up naturally. You have a light, balanced meal first, something with protein, maybe a bit of healthy fat. Then, after some time has passed, you enjoy your coffee. This simple shift may help reduce sharp spikes in stress hormones and support a more stable blood sugar response. Most people don't realize how powerful timing can be. It's not about removing something you enjoy. It's about aligning it with your body's needs. And there's another layer to this. Drinking coffee later in the day, especially in the afternoon or evening, can interfere with sleep. And poor sleep is strongly linked to insulin resistance and higher blood sugar levels over time. So what feels like a harmless second or third cup might be quietly affecting your body overnight. Your body is always working behind the scenes, trying to maintain balance. And when you support that rhythm instead of disrupting it, everything begins to feel a little more stable, a little more predictable, a little more under control. There's another detail I want you to consider, something subtle but incredibly important: how your body personally responds to coffee. Because here's the truth, no two people respond exactly the same way. Some individuals can drink coffee and feel steady, focused, and energized without any noticeable blood sugar changes. Others may experience spikes, crashes, or increased cravings, even if they're drinking the exact same amount. What I'm about to tell you might surprise you. Your body has been giving you signals all along. You just might not have connected them yet. Have you ever felt shaky after coffee, slightly anxious, maybe hungry sooner than expected, or unusually tired a few hours later? These aren't random. They can be subtle indicators of how your body is processing caffeine and managing glucose. I've seen this happen too many times, people ignoring these small signals because they seem insignificant. But over time, they form a pattern, and that pattern matters. Most people don't realize that sensitivity to caffeine can increase with age. Your metabolism changes, your tolerance shifts, and something that once felt completely normal may start affecting you differently. This is why awareness is more important than strict rules. Instead of asking, "Is coffee good or bad?" ask, "How does coffee affect me?" That question alone can change everything. You might notice that reducing the strength of your coffee, switching to a smaller cup, or even choosing a lower caffeine option helps you feel more balanced. You might find that pairing coffee with food instead of drinking it alone improves your energy stability. These are small adjustments, but they're based on listening to your body, not ignoring it. And that's something I always encourage my patients to do, because your body is not working against you. It's constantly communicating with you. You just have to know how to listen. Now, let's bring everything together in a way that feels simple, practical, and realistic for your daily life. Because this isn't about giving up coffee, it's about using it wisely. What I'm about to share with you is something I often tell my patients who want to protect their blood sugar while still enjoying their routines. First, consider starting your day with water. Hydration helps your body wake up naturally and supports overall metabolism. Then, when you're ready, have a balanced meal before your coffee. This can help soften the impact caffeine may have on your blood sugar. Second, take a closer look at what you're adding. Reducing sugar gradually, even by half, can make a meaningful difference over time. You don't have to change everything overnight. I've seen this happen too many times. People trying to be perfect, then giving up completely. That's not the goal. The goal is progress. Third, pay attention to portion and frequency. 1 or 2 cups may feel very different from 3 or 4, especially as your body changes with age. And finally, be mindful of timing. Try to keep coffee earlier in the day, allowing your body time to process it without interfering with sleep. Most people don't realize that these small shifts, when combined, can support better energy, fewer cravings, and more stable blood sugar patterns, not instantly, not dramatically overnight, but steadily. And that's what truly matters, because health is rarely shaped by one big decision. It's shaped by the small things we do consistently, often without thinking. And when you start becoming aware of those things, you gain something powerful: control. I want to leave you with something important, something I wish more people understood before they faced health challenges they never saw coming. Your daily habits matter more than you think, not in a dramatic, fear-driven way, but in a quiet, cumulative way. That cup of coffee you drink every morning, it's not just a routine, it's a repeated signal to your body. And over time, those signals shape how your body responds, adapts, and functions. What I'm about to tell you might stay with you. You don't need to be perfect to protect your health. You just need to be aware. I've seen this happen too many times, people waiting until something feels serious before they start paying attention. But by then, the body has often been sending signals for years. Subtle ones, easily overlooked ones, like changes in energy, cravings, sleep patterns, or how you feel after something as simple as your morning coffee. Most people don't realize these are not random. They're early messages. And when you start listening to them, you give yourself a chance to respond early, not late. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's this. Don't underestimate the small choices. The way you drink your coffee, the timing, the ingredients, the awareness behind it. All of it matters more than it seems. Not because coffee is dangerous, but because your body deserves to be supported, not unknowingly challenged. And the best part is, you don't need drastic changes to make a difference, just thoughtful ones. Because sometimes, the smallest shift in a daily habit can quietly lead to a healthier, more stable future. And that future is still in your hands.